Stephen Lee, Rebuild Today, Brent Morgan, also here day 3, and today we will be hitting back and bicep. Wide grip pull down behind the neck, straight leg deadlift, seated cable row, reverse grip to failure, like a pull down reverse grip, and then when we move over to bicep, we're going to be doing straight bar curl, alternating dumbbell curl, preacher curl, dumbbell hammer curl, concentration curl, also to failure, and each one's going to have 4 sets. Now you viewers at home, you don't have to do as many reps, you don't have to do as many sets, and it doesn't have to be as intense. You know, you want it to be what you can do. You want to go to failure, but at the same time be able to hit all those muscle groups exactly the way they need to be hit. So with that being said, we're going to go in here, smash it up, make sure that you guys at home get a good idea on posture, form, each technique on how it should be done, and don't quote us on anything because everybody in the world has their own way of doing these things. This is just us doing how we come to the gym every single day and making sure it happens. We're going to have it posted up so you'll be able to see all your individual workouts right here on the screen, and then as we go through the workouts it will tell you which one's which, and it'll have your rep range, yada yada yada. Once again, Cage Muscle Supplements, Mega Pro Supplements, Rebuild Today. Let's get it on.
Marvelous.
Did that mean action? Right now we're going to do behind the head, cable pull down, and you're going to want to make sure that your legs are locked in nice and tight, otherwise you'll be slipping around, and you'll also strain your back a little bit by trying to hold down with your back on this weight that should only be concentrated on your upper back. So we're going to be hitting lat rhomboids is what it's going to be squeezing down into, and I'm going to be starting at about 100 pounds. You don't have to start there. That's just kind of my nice little go-to weight. You want to come down behind the head? On your road to being fine. You break in between 18 and 20. You want to shoot for 20 though. It's all insanity. It's all in vanity. Yeah, on your road to being first. There's some splaining to do.
When you're doing these, you want this cable lined up with your back, and you want your arch back, or your lower back arch a little and chest out.
What can happen is it can damage your rotator cuff coming behind your neck like that. It's usually best not to do this one if you've got shoulder problems. But if you don't really have any shoulder pains or any rotator cuff pains or anything like that, you know, more power to you.
Nice body, ugly hands.
So like we were doing with the last one, is he's popping his head through like that, and he's pinching and squeezing as much as he can. If that's as far down as he can go, that's fine. You wouldn't want to sit there and stress out that part of your body and force it to go somewhere that it's not supposed to go. The beauty of our videos is we're not afraid to show failure. If you can't get all those reps in and stuff like that, I mean, that's it. There's nowhere else to go. That's why we keep working. Keep striving to become stronger. if your form starts to deteriorate and you start getting bad posture and bad form, that means that that's it. It's too much weight, and you could either go back down a plate and try and rep out those last few reps that you had, or just hit it until you're completely burnt out. 160 pounds. It's quite a bit of weight. That's like a small Arnold or something like that. 160 pounds, you know?
Half of an Arnold.
Half of an Arnold. So we're gonna try with a different bar now. Usually we do a wide, but we're gonna mix it up a little bit, kind of give everybody an idea all about the different forms. This will still be wide. Oh yeah!
Take it off, buddy.
We're chalking up on the video meter. Each video we have, I get a hit on the side of my neck. And we're gonna start naming them. Every video I'll have a different one on a different side. We got Larry, Curly, Mo. And GA, first show I ever competed in, placed second. We'll try and top that next time. I'm gonna hit that next year. This year, I ended up having a baby, so it might be a little too soon. I'm not gonna say that the baby inhibited me, but the baby needs my attention more than a crowd needs my attention, so. Anyways, this is a wide grip pull down cable in the front. It's gonna be semi-similar to what we were doing in the back. Except this one we're gonna be coming straight down, and this one's gonna hit all rhomboid. It's gonna take out your lat. This being your lat is this long, elongated muscle right here. So it starts at the trap and it just drags all the way down the middle. All the way down, there's still show your hands and show your face. We fight for common glory. Not want to see myself. We'll all fight for nothing less than oh. Stand up and fight on the road to freedom. So you see how Brent's coming all the way down to his chest? Like that, that's gonna ensure that you get that full pinch in your back. Like that's like the hardest thing. But well, I know for a fact. It's inevitable. Yeah. So everybody's got their own form of doing things and stuff like that. But I mean, I've learned that it's a science. You know, the guys that are in the lab and they're tossing chemicals back and forth and stuff like that and creating new ways to do stuff, that's the way they found out that works for them. Same with this in here, it's a science. I could be doing some workout from Jim Stefani or Chris Geffen, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Rich Biana, all these individuals who have different body types and different shapes and forms. They've figured out what works for them. It's not always gonna be the same for anybody. Everything's different. So we just try this stuff out. Whatever ends up working, sometimes we find different formulas. Third set. I'm gonna shoot for 20 rep, but if I don't get it, y'all don't laugh at me. Yep, form's starting to go to hell.
I think in a lot of those other YouTube videos, they're very instructional. You know, people are teaching how to do lift these weights proper form, and they're doing weights they can handle, you know, with that proper form. And what we're doing is we're pushing ourselves to failure. We're showing that it's okay to fail. It's okay to push yourself, and it's okay to have fun. Oh man.
160 pounds, set forward. Oh, straight to failure. That was only 8 rep on. That wasn't even 8. I had to kick in some other muscle groups in order to get that 8th one down. I think staying strict is probably the smartest thing to do.
This looks like you're up for me, so stay strict.
Strict as much as you can. And then if you want to drop the plate and get out those last couple reps for yourself, I guess, then definitely do it. But you'll see a lot of guys, they'll start doing the thing where they're like jerking all the way back and stuff like that to get it down. I think that definitely takes out. I mean, yeah, it's still working that muscle group, but at the same time, it takes out the entire muscle group. So it becomes semi-pointless in a way. But then again, everything works differently for everybody, so that works for you. You want to get a punch in on the video there?
For what? We need some elderly advice.
Elderly advice?
I'm kidding. Don't punch me.
He's all getting the camera off.
You guys are amazing, right? Is this comedy or?
No. Well, maybe a little.
Pretty funny so far.
Yeah. Shows that, you know,
There's
variety of people in here that are trying to stay in shape and improve their health. Well, I don't know about old, but well-aged and good-looking, yes.
Nice.
They'll be payment for you later.
Okay. So what we're gonna do, straight-legged deadlift, in order to hit the lower back. But because secondary, or your first muscle would be your hamstring and your secondary would be your lower for that kind of thing, we're gonna switch it up. We're gonna change to a reverse. We're gonna go 4 set, top, bottom, top, bottom. So I'll show you what. So what we're doing is we're gonna do a row. We're gonna replace it with a row. And you're gonna want your arms semi by your side, like so. And of course you ain't gotta do this much weight. This is quite a bit of weight. But at the same time, we're gonna step out. Feet are gonna be shoulder length apart. We're gonna stay bug out, and we're gonna curl up to your nipple. Eight reps probably good on that. I don't know if you want to be shooting for 20 reps on something like that, unless you're a tough guy, McGee. So you're gonna shoulder, hands by your side. Yeah. You're gonna come out, pick it up, come out. Feet shoulder length apart. Come down. You want that bar to touch your nipples. See? Last straighter on that one. He's coming straight back with it. If you can only come up so far, you know, you gotta have decent form in there. And if it disrupts your form by trying to do something that you're not used to. Now on these ones, I'm gonna come out a little bit farther so that when I pull up towards my chest, my elbow still comes straight out. So you're gonna be doing the same thing. Feet shoulder length apart, coming out.
Back.
bodybuilding.com. If you haven't been to that site and you want to learn a thing or two that isn't just based solely off of partial, that they're the kings of lifting and supplementation and stuff like that. They'll help you in any way, shape, or form. Based out of Boise, Idaho. So, but check it out, bodybuilding.com. Right now, we're gonna do something that a man by the name of Bill Cunningham brought to mine and Brent's attention. It's a very strict pull via coming all the way back, which is something I usually wouldn't do, but Bill has been a professional bodybuilder his entire life, and he's a stunt man, training coordinator, he's a musician, he's done everything in his entire life. So usually people who are up in the status quo are the ones that you want to listen to a little bit more. And what I'm doing is I'm letting it pull my arms all the way back forward and spread my back open. And then I'm pinching on the way back. I'm only gonna hit this 11 times. 11. Now I'm tightening everything up. I'm gonna come straight back. Still letting it spread my back open, but I'm not pulling back. I literally just smoked. Ah. Yeah, each time you're letting it pull forward.
Like this, look. Almost touching or even touching, but don't let the weight off. Back. Keep your back straight to there. Like, almost like that row you're seeing out there. Like you're rowing boat. Yeah, Bill said you do more of that.
Nice and strict. So make sure you're getting in your BCA and your glutamine and stuff like that. A lot of guys have a BCA compound product that you can put in your water that you can sit back on while you're lifting, and it'll allow you to heal in the process of lifting at the same time. I like to think of the whole thing as a video game. You know, it's you're upgrading your HP and your mana and stuff like that.
Straight and not whipping a little bit. He's going forward, but you don't want to come back too far.
So right now we're gonna do a flat bicep back pull down. What we're gonna do is we're gonna come straight down to the chest, and we're only gonna go lightweight, and that way we can rep out some failure. So I'm coming up under the chest, still bringing it all the way there, and like I said, going to failure. So it may feel light.
So kind of curling that or in, or just straight down. Just coming straight up, straight up. Only moving his forearms.
Straight arm barbell curl is what we're going to be going on to next, and you want to find a happy medium in between your weight. You don't want to go too heavy and you don't want to go too light, but at the same time you want to make sure that you are strictly only using bicep motion and cutting out your shoulders and your back and other muscles that are going to want to fire up in the process of lifting whatever weight you're doing right now. Keeping a lot of swing out of it in order to make it so that your bicep gets the full blunt. Yeah, I got alternating dumbbell curl. What you're going to want to concentrate on is when you get to the top of your peak, almost like you're doing with your straight arm curl, is you want to twist that wrist just a little bit farther out. What's going to want to happen is your arm's going to want to stay twisted towards the inside, but you want to twist the bottom of your palm outwards in order to get the full extension on your bicep. And in order to do that, every time you come up, just make sure you give it a little twist. So find your big weight, find your small weight, and then go right in the middle. 12 rep, each arm, nice and strict. Don't let that wrist cock backwards either. That'll give you carpal tunnel, and you don't want that. I like to give a nice up on top. So I give you a push. Okay, 40 pounds, up 5 pounds each one. You don't have to do this at home, but you can. Why not? Imagine that you're doing a forearm curl. That's maybe the impression of keeping your
Did you hear about that? I had to get surgery and get a plastic implant put in last week. They pulled the eyelid down and cut from the inside and then placed that in there. No fighting for 6 weeks. Bummer. But I can still live. That's all that matters.
I got 4 in me. Alright. Physically fit, physically fit. But I can't think of the word for it. We're gonna go do preacher curls. Yeah. This lift up that we're gonna be doing, this is a preacher curl, and it's a stationary preacher curl, so you're stuck in one position. But we're only gonna do 8 reps on it. 4 times. So make sure your arms are planted completely flat down on the slat material. You get a good middle grip. His front delt goes straight across. You can see every time he lifts, it comes straight into his chest, and upper half of the chest. It looks so rad whenever he fully flexes.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of just, focus. Yeah, dumbbells, man. Your apparel here. I see your worm's coming out.
Set it up for a warm farm. I put my hat backwards on. Come on. 9, 6. This is a negative. That's what they call a negative. You get it all the way up, and then you slowly release it.
They got these big billboards at the car dealership. They got a
We're not gonna go up and down. We're doing hammer curl right now. We're not gonna go up and down on weight. We're gonna go 10 reps. There's going to be a few different forms that you're gonna be seeing. I like to keep both hands side by side. You wanna go up and down like you're skiing in a way. And happy medium weight, you might want to go a little bit lighter because by now your biceps are probably burning and on complete fire because you're still using a form of bicep. There's just a little more forearm that's involved with your hammer curl in general.
Now you're just making us look bad.
Can we just get video of me picking up like 60?
Yeah.
There was a lot of swing on 9 and 10. When you're gripping it in the middle, such as where these little rivets are down here on the sides, it forces you to have to squeeze harder, thus building the muscle a little bit quicker. So it gives you that stronger grip. So what Brent's doing is he's resting it up on the top so that he doesn't strain out his hand.
Nice.
This is mine and Brent's cheat meal date. Sunday morning in St. George, Utah at our lovely Chinese restaurant. Is it Chinese?
Japanese.
Man, something. Restaurant that we have here, all you can eat. Pretty much letting everybody know that it doesn't hurt to have a cheat day, you know, or you could eat the way you want as long as it's not overindulging and your every 3 meals are consistent. If you have a consistent set of amount of food coming into your body, you have the ability to not lose your progress. And then on weekends it ain't gonna kill you, especially if you're making awesome progress, to come out and just have a normal meal where you actually do want to indulge. So we're gonna eat some food. And as always, Stephen Lee, Rebuild Today, plugging in with the Elevation Fitness, Cage Muscle Supplements, Mega Pro Supplements, Mega Pro Screen Printing and Embroidery, Aura Surreal.com/Facebook, everybody. Facebook, Stephen Lee McLaughlin, Facebook, Brent Morgan, Facebook, Hafid Garcia Photography. It was a good one today, an awesome meal right after that. So we'll bleep out the S word, and other than that, it was an awesome day. Thank you again. Tune in episode 4, episode 3, out. So right now we're going to be eating one of my all-time favorite foods that drives my family crazy because everybody else finds it disgusting as all hell, but I think they're delicious. What you're going to want is you're going to want 8 to 12 reps of oyster dips. You're going to want to plug those right in your mouth. Make sure you get a nice tweak on the wrist. And that's how that's done.
Yum yum.
4 sets. The yum yum sauce.